evening. Welcome to Sound Health on Lagos Television. I am Ola Sumbomburupe. It's good to have you always stand by with us on Lagos Television. Today on Sound Health, we are taking a look at an autoimmune condition, also known as lupus. It is one of the autoimmune conditions around the world, and medical experts say lupus is an inflammatory disease where the immune system affects or attacks the tissues. This is our focus today. The conversation begins after this break. Please stay tuned.
Now in a situation where health is directly targeted in so many conflicts. There's been such a deterioration in overall respect by many countries for the basic safety of health workers and the basic security of health facilities that it has now become commonplace. It's become part of the normal architecture of war, and that angers me. We all need to take a step back. We continue to show the world how many facilities are there, how many patients are in those facilities, where those facilities are. Everybody knows where they are. All sides in the conflict know where they are. All sides in the conflict know that there are patients and health workers in those complexes. So there is no excuse on any side. The rules are clear. It is the responsibility of all parties in conflict to directly assure that their conflict and their actions, whether directed at others, do not include or engulf a healthcare facility. They're specifically directed in their plans to identify and avoid such outcomes. So the fact that you didn't mean it or the fact that it was an accident doesn't count. You must guarantee and seek to guarantee that no such outcome can occur. It must stop.
Joining us via Zoom this evening is Titilayo Ogunsanya. She is living with lupus and she has been diagnosed with these conditions since 2020. Today she's going to share with us how she has been living with this condition. Good evening, Titilayo, and thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Olasunda. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, Titilayo. Earlier in our chat, you told me that you were diagnosed of lupus in 2020. I would like you to share with us how the journey starts. Did you just wake up one morning and decide to go and test for lupus?
No, really, that was what happened. My journey started in 2019. Yes, I remember when lupus presented itself, and I was officially diagnosed with SLE in 2020. So the disease presented itself between the year 2019 to 2020, about 11 months. It took the doctors 11 months to be able to conclude on the diagnosis that it was lupus. In between that 11 months, I was referred to about 9 different specialists because it attacked different parts of my body. It presented itself as mouth ulcers, blisters, total areas. I have total areas. So it was difficult for the doctors to say that this is exactly what happened. When it presented the case in my eyes, I will be directed to the ophthalmologist. If it presents the case in my blood, I will be directed to the hematologist. It kept going on and on for about 11 months until 2020 February, when the official diagnosis was lupus. When I was referred to the specialist called hematologist. That was when lupus was officially diagnosed.
At some point, you experienced it in your eye, in your blood. Did you experience all of this at the same time or at different times?
It was a different routine. It was a different time. It started initially with mouth ulcers. I had blisters in my, no, with my hair. Yes, I remember I was at the stand when the hairdresser told me that there is something like a dandruff in my hair, and she prepared some cream for me to be able to manage the dandruff. I realized that this thing that looks like a dandruff started spreading all over my hair. Gradually, my hair went up. It went to my mouth, to my ear, to my nose, to my eyes. So at different stages, it was presented itself. It did not just come at once. So at that point, I was referred to a specialist that was in charge of the particular organ that lupus was attacking.
Okay, I would like to know, is this condition hereditary? Are you the only one living with this condition, or there have been diagnosed with this condition in your family?
We cannot say that lupus is hereditary and is also contagious. We believe from research and from medical history that lupus actually, they don't even know what the cause of lupus is exactly. No doctor will be able to say that this is the exact cause of lupus. But they believe that there are some environmental factors, such as genetic and hormonal imbalance, and might lead to cause of lupus. None of my family members have lupus. I am the first in my family member that has lupus, and it's not something that is hereditary.
Okay, when you got to know about the condition, what was it like for you? How did you take the news?
Wow. It was a very challenging, emotional, psychological phase of my life. You know, it wasn't something that we entered as it was going to happen. It all just came about. I didn't know. I had so many questions. How did I get it? What happened to me? And the fact that it wasn't an easy diagnosis. Google did not even help the matter. I was going on Google research. Today, Google will tell me it's HIV. Tomorrow, Google will tell me it's cancer. And it became a burden in my heart. I had depression. I had anxiety. It was a very challenging period of my life because I didn't even know the exact issue that was wrong with me. I fell into depression. I won't lie.
Okay, the World Health Organization says about 63% of lupus, people living with lupus, have originally been diagnosed. Thank God you just narrated your experience that at some point you were treating a particular ailment and symptoms and all that. What would you advise for persons now living with this condition, persons yet to, see a doctor?
Yes, you see, lupus, the symptoms of lupus present itself like a spiritual attack. I will say that. How can you explain waking up in the morning and you see bruises around your body and your hair is chopping up and you have red blisters, your gum, your mouth, you can't even eat and you can't explain what is wrong with you. A lot of people don't have in-depth information of what lupus is about. It is a particular issue, and this is one of the reasons I am doing intentional sensitization and awareness about what lupus is about. I would advise people going through lupus not to give up. I can say categorically that even while I have lupus, I have my master's and different certification. The journey might not be easy and might not be complicated, yes, but you need to have that, that positive energy always. You also need to enlighten people around you. When you have these ailments, you cannot do lupus on your own. You need support from family, you need support from friends, you need support of your colleague, you need support of everybody that surrounds you. Because there are times that you are not able to do anything when you are in the period of your flare. Lupus can affect you to the extent that you might not be able to do a simple task as walking. You might not be able to walk 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So you need people around to know that you are going through this particular area so they can give you your support. I would also like to say that you don't sit too long in your pain. Lupus is a painful journey and a painful experience. this particular this program, they say that you don't understand what I'm going through. Only the lupus patient knows what he or she is going through. So you know what you are going through, you have to positively have a positive energy always. Also make sure you do a proper routine with your doctor. It is very, very important. May you go for your medical consultation or always. In the period of your medical consultation, we usually go for our routine consultation every 3 months. There are some particular tests we are supposed to do, liver test, kidney test, ESR, different tests. This test allows your doctor to know the area of your improvement. If they have to stop a patient, they have to recommend another one. You have to go for medical consultation always. Don't sit in your pain, have positive energy. Lupus is not a deadly disease. It is manageable if you go through all this, and also ensure you have a healthy lifestyle. You stop, you do as much as taking a break from sugar, eat healthy, exercise, and keep a positive energy always.
Okay, I would like to know, is this condition treatable?
Medically, as at this moment, it is not treatable, but doctors say that you just need to follow all those lifestyle routines to be able to manage, because it is a long, life-threatening disease that you need to treat with medical drugs.
Treatment does not come cheap. How have you been able to cope? Because like you said earlier on, you experienced misdiagnosis, you did so many hospital visits, routine visits before you could ascertain the condition. Tell us, what was it like for you financially?
You see, because like I said earlier, it's a very complicated disease. It is not, I remember when I was diagnosed because I was crying. The doctor said, this is a sickness of a rich man. You should be happy. It was just a joke. Someone told me, see, living with lupus financially is draining. That is why we want our voice to be heard. This is the reason I am being passionate about the advocacy for lupus. Lupus drugs are very, very, very expensive. It is not a drug that a common average Nigerian can afford. That is why the government needs to provide medical insurance for everybody. An average man that is still struggling with life might not be able to afford lupus drugs. What about the routine check that we do every month? I have to keep the money aside, that this is the money for my routine check that I do every 3 months. You know, the irony of it is that you can't even tell the next thing your doctor will say should go and do. You might just go for a check and see something in your blood, see something in your urine. You have to go, there will be number of tests for you to do. People die because they cannot afford lupus medication. It has really been a challenging one, but I thank God for family, I thank God for friends and the support I have around me. They have allowed the journey to be very easy for me. I want the government to look out for patients living with lupus. We need urgent medical intervention. If lupus is not medically attended to urgently, if we have people that have died, yes, I know, and we have people that have died due to the lack of funding for lupus. It is a very, very financial draining disease.
Okay, what are the things you know now that you didn't know before that you would like to share with other persons living with lupus? Your secret to staying healthy.
That, with lupus, I cannot say what my day will be. Yes, sometimes when your body is about to go into flare, the flare period, you can say, is general and sense that people call crisis. This is the time that lupus is very, very active in your body. If somebody tells me that if I have a party tomorrow, if you invite me for a party tomorrow and I don't show up, I might not show up because I wake up in the morning and I cannot even stand up from my bed. I can be sleeping in my bed for 2 days, 3 days without doing anything. Not because I am lazy or because I don't want to do anything. Lucas does not allow me to do it. Lucas does not allow me to do it in the state when Lucas is very active. You have to be dependent for people to help you. Those are the things I never knew that. I was a very, very active person. I am active in sports, but Lucas has taken me down. And when people tell me that I would have to cut carbonated drinks, I love that it's like Coke, but Lucas has allowed me to stop drinking. I can say specifically that in the past 3 years, I can count the number of carbonated drinks I have taken, maybe just 2, because of this, to be able to live a healthy lifestyle of Lucas. So Lucas is something that when the symptoms come, you become so dependent on people around you. So those are the things that, and Lucas has also taught me not to sit too long with my pain. You have to fight it physically and emotionally. Because if you are not careful, because of those pains, it can lead to depression and anxiety, which is a very bad thing.
All right, your secret to staying healthy despite being despite living with lupus.
Yes, number one is God. What Lupus has taught me is to become more closer with my maker. Because in as much as the doctor has said that this particular sickness is not curable but is manageable, I still believe that in miracles. I tell myself that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I wake up in the morning, Titi, Lupus has gotten the wrong giver. Lupus cannot dictate your life. I wake up in the morning and say positive things to myself. When someone tells me that you are lazy, I tell them that I am not lazy. I am not lazy. I have strength. When I am tired, you have to be intentional about your life. You give a preference to yourself. You have to also love yourself first. Lupus is something that, and like I said, there's some tasks you can't do with lupus. And when somebody is expecting you to do this, you should be able to do that. I'm sorry, I cannot do it. My health condition cannot allow me to play. If you decide to rub off on me or tell me something that is derogatory, I have already made up my mind that irrespective of your view about me, I am not that person, even with lupus. So it is a positive mindset always and a closer relationship with my God, because my God says I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Amen.
All right, your final words as we wrap up this segment, your call to action.
I just want to encourage that, I told you that one of the reasons I became passionate about lupus awareness and sensitization is that people have died due to mismanagement, misconception, maybe the person of village people is after you, blah, 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 blah. You have to be familiar with when things like this present itself. I am not doubting the fact of prayer, but it's also important that you go to the hospital. Please go to the hospital for consultation. Imagine me having to go through lupus for that stage for 11 months before I was officially diagnosed. What if I had not taken myself to the hospital and I was doing my own therapy? By the end of the day, you find out that By the time the person is being taken for medical attention, the kidney or the liver might have ruptured or become complicated. At that point, it becomes a 50-50 chance. Make sure you seek medical advice. Go to the hospital when things like this. It is not a spiritual attack. It is not all violent. The Bible used to say, go to the hospital. And we have a lot of people that this awareness has not gotten to them. A normal Nigerian does not even know what it's about. We want every household, every community, every local government, every individual to be aware that there is a sickness, a chronic disease called sickness, so that they can help people living with lupus to manage, to assist them. People living with lupus need enough, emotional, psychological, and financial support. We want people to know about this sickness. When they see everyone turning towards it, to be able to give them the support they need. And the government should also look out for patients who are diagnosed with lupus to provide medical insurance and availability of drugs for them.
All right, be passionate, be intentional about your health. Early detection prevents all kinds of diseases. Thank you so much, Titilayo Ogunsanya, for your time and sharing your experience with us on lupus. We really appreciate you.
It's a pleasure.
I have been speaking with Titilayo Ogunsanya, advocate and a survivor of lupus. She has been telling us how to live with this condition as well as manage it. Sound Health continues with trending health report from around the world. Please stay tuned. Okay, this is where we say thank you on today's episode of Sound Health. Remember, lupus does not define you. You need to be intentional. You need to be passionate about your health. You need to be passionate about your well-being. Visit the nearest healthcare provider if you've observed any form of symptoms you are not conversant with. For comments and inquiries, or you have topics you'd like us to treat, send SMS to 0035826603 or follow us on social media at TLTV Social, #Sound Health. A sound health is a sound mind. Make healthy living your choice.